Yo, what's up, YouTube peeps? My name is Mike with Tech Talkin'. It's my brand new channel, nothing fancy. I just wanted to share my thoughts on the new Pixel 5 coming out, or it's already been announced. What's today? Today's the 7th, and I wanted to say, it caused me to want to make a video because, I had been with Google since the Nexus line, all that stuff back in the day, I won't ever hash that, but when they came out with the Pixel 1, and they just nailed it with that camera, even though the bezels were the size of Saturn, it was a great phone. And I was just like, wow, this is a really good phone. It looked like the old iPhone, very reminiscent, but I really liked it. And at that time I was so sick of bloatware. I was using Samsung's previous, and I love Samsung, but the bloatware on it was just out of control. So much bloatware, and I just was like, so when the Pixel came out, actually, you know what? I got sick of bloatware before that. That's why I was using Nexus phones, but I wanted to have, they just kept missing it with that camera. So anyway, I went and got the Pixel 1, and then I was like, man, I hope, one day the bezels start looking smaller, because at that time, bezels were already starting to get way smaller than that phone, in obvious ways. Other Android phones were. And then the Pixel 2 came out. I was like, okay, the bezel's a little bit smaller. It wasn't quite what I wanted. It wasn't symmetrical. I love symmetrical. But it was still better than the Pixel 1. And I was like, well, by the time the Pixel 3 comes out, maybe they'll, because at that time people had already been started to make notches that were, low, small bezels on the side, smaller notches, LG, everybody was. And Samsung hadn't yet, but they were making their bezels smaller. And so I was like feeling hopeful that the future was looking good for them. Then when the 3 came out, reality hit, and I said, you know what? Google's not going to make this Pixel look good until the 5 or 6 comes out. I'm pretty sure the 4 is going to look horrible. Although they did fool me with the, and probably a lot of people, when there was rumors that the Pixel 4 was going to look like the Pixel 5 does now. And I'm thinking they knew that was what people probably wanted, but maybe someone on the team, old HTC team, was like, no, people are going to want to wave their hands. And I'm thinking, why would anybody want to do that? Why would you do that? Because nobody really cares about that stuff. I mean, Samsung tried it, but anyway, they did it, and Google just doesn't get it. It takes them at least 4 to 5 years to catch up to what people want. People want aesthetics. People want things that look good. I don't know if I said this earlier, but I'm filming this actually on Pixel 4. But this is my wife, so I currently use I use the S20 right now. I had got, my first introduction back into, after the Pixel was flopping, I went and got a Note 9 later, and I was like, okay. I kept my Pixel 2 for a long time, actually. I just like, gosh, I'm just going to keep my Pixel 2, deal with it, because the Pixel 3 is just ugly. And then I was like, I finally just went and got a Note 9 later. And then after that, I didn't like the Note 9 that much, so I went and got a S10. I wanted to just downsize, and I loved the way it felt in my hand. I was like, gosh, this is nice. Screen was nice, perfect size. Hole punch in the top corner wasn't that bad. And then the S20 dropped. And this one's been out for a while. You guys all know that. And I waited because I don't like to buy things when they first come out if I can get them a little bit cheaper. Plus, I recently got the S10. So I waited. I got it online. I got this online for under $500. So it might have been right at $500 with taxes or whatever. But yeah, it was a great steal, and I was like, I'm gonna get this phone. This phone's nice. I love it because I like the small little front camera. I like the bezel ratios. It's a great phone. I mean, you guys know this. I mean, the Samsung is just a great phone. It's got the stereo speakers. Like, if my Pixel could look like this, if the Pixel could look like this and be the Pixel still, I'd be like all over that like syrup on pancakes. But it's not. But that's why I left. So now seeing the Pixel 5 come out, I'm like, I'm actually kind of excited. I'm rooting for Google. I'm hoping that it's going to be awesome. I'm hoping that it's going to look great. Um, my wife actually wants one because she actually doesn't like the telescopic lens on this thing that I'm filming on right now. Um, and yeah, I don't know. Those are things I'm thinking. Google, what you know, you got the great software, you got the great camera. If you guys could just get the hardware, it's like hire me for 10 minutes and I can tell you how to design your screen. I mean, how to design your phone that I think most people would probably like, and that would at least be aesthetically pleasing. Obviously, not gonna harm me, but I'm just saying, even me, I would know. And I was like, how can Google, this multi-billion-dollar company, just not get it when it comes to designing the phone? I mean, did they not know people are gonna complain about the bezels first off the bat? I don't know. Maybe I don't know what they were thinking. But anyway, I like this S20. Only thing I don't like is the in-screen fingerprint reader. I don't like that as much. That kind of drives me crazy. I'd much rather have something on the back. It'd just be so nice. Um, but for the most part, daily use, this phone is great. I like looking at my phone, though. I don't know what that's all about, but I like looking at them. I got Nova Launcher running on here. Yeah, the new One UI point, whatever the latest version is great. But I still like Nova Launcher, so that's what I'm using. Not to talk about Nova Launcher, but in case you're wondering why it looks so extra clean. Another thing I like on Samsung's, I like the theme store. A lot of the themes in there are ridiculously ugly, but the ones I find that are just like maybe a vintage one, or one that are just like, not vintage like back in the day, but just like that look, the certain colors that vintage things have. Kind of like I have my screen here, just kind of like that color. I like stuff like that. So like when I pull this down, oh great, oh yeah. It's just a simple, it's just a simple coloring. I like how you theme it. You can have this, you can change your dial pad. Those are things that are kind of cool. I've found some really cool ones that are just, and it takes forever to find them because there's so much junky ones out there that are really popular in other places, but not here. So I'm just like, I don't like those. But overall, yeah, I really do like this phone. I'm very pleased with it. This phone's been out for a while, so you guys already know all the specs. You all know all that stuff. So I'm not really a specs person because I already know that a Pixel doesn't necessarily have to have the same specs, say, as this, and it could still outperform it because it just is a cleaner device. That's why when they mention the specs or whatever that's coming out with the Pixel 5, I was like, it's a little bit lower, but does it need all the extra stuff? I doubt it. It doesn't need all. It's probably going to run just like the other Pixels. It's going to run perfectly fine, and they're finally going to introduce the right camera on the back. It's checking all the right boxes. Now, would I like it to still have a pinhole in the front? Do I notice that the camera on the front is still kind of reminiscent of the S10, and the S10 camera hole isn't bad, but it's not this. It's not as small as this. This is very nice. Yeah, it doesn't. But I can deal with that. So it's looking good enough that, at least for sure, my wife's probably going to get one. So by default, I'll be able to use it, play around with it, see if I'm going to like it enough. I don't know if I'll be replacing this because this right now is just hitting all the boxes. I'm like, when I think of a phone, this pretty much checks all the boxes that I like. So we'll see. We'll see with the Pixel 5, see what they have to offer. I know the Pixel 6 probably is going to look like this. Maybe this 6A. I don't know. At some point, it's going to look awesome like this. It still looks awesome. The new one that's coming out looks like it's going to be awesome. Like I said, I'm rooting for Google. I'm hoping that they do well. But I just wanted to share my thoughts. So the Pixel 5 caused me to want to start a new channel to do something I'm not doing, which is making videos. And maybe I should have done this a long time ago, because then by now I'd probably have some more professional videos and editing and all that other stuff, maybe some music. I don't know, I'll download something, see if I can find something to splice all this together. That said, let me know your thoughts. What do you guys think? Is any of you guys out there Pixel fans? Any of you guys left Pixel for a while and now you're thinking about coming back, or maybe you've already got other, Huawei or an LG or Samsung or whatever. You got some other phone that you're already like, I'm kind of sold out right now. I'm gonna stick with what I got right now. Or maybe you want to stick with your old phone that you have. I still have the Pixel 2. It's right here. It's nice. It's all camoed out. It's blacked out up against my desk, so you couldn't really see it. But yes, Pixel 2 is still here. This is where I stopped. Wasn't going to the or whatever phone. What do you want to get crazy and get the new Motorola Razr 2020? $200 off right now, making it only $1,200. Or you can get last year's model. It's $500 off, making it a reasonable $1,000. And yes, I know, I'm video recording this on a Pixel 4 XL, but this is my wife's. This thing does have a great camera though, I'm not gonna lie. It's not too bad. I mean, I ain't got the fancy equipment or anything like that, but this is doing pretty good to me. Pixel 5, please be good. Yeah, so let me know. You guys gonna keep your current phone? Get another phone? Be excited for the Pixel phone? Gonna stay faithful to your current phone? Or you want the side phone, which would be the Pixel 5 for me? It's premeditated. But yeah, so I finished this up on the S20. This little bit here, I'm learning how to do editing for the first time, so this videos, I'm sure looks like it looks. This is my Wiffo's super bezel phone that takes great pictures. Got that super notch at the top. Please Google. Anyway, all right, peace. You guys stay safe. See you in the next video.